Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my Loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is New Makeup Monday. We've got lots of stuff to go over. Before we get started, a very special, very warm welcome to any of those that are new to my channel. I am so incredibly happy that you are here. If you enjoy the content, I do so hope that you will mash that thumbs up button. I hope that you will subscribe if you have not already. And I hope that you will ring my bell, turn on your notifications, so that way, next time I upload a video, you can come right back here and we can hang out together again. So, New Makeup Monday, just, also before we get started, can we just take a minute for how pretty my makeup turned out? I absolutely adore it. I used a Moira palette. I used the Moira Oh My Peelings palette. Such a pretty, pretty, pretty palette. Lots of beautiful oranges. It's warm and like juicy and gorgeous. Love it very much. Super affordable as well. I love Moira. Moira in general is just like probably one of my, it might be my favorite brand right now. It is so incredible. I actually have a couple of Moira products to talk about in today's video, so I guess that gives us a good starting point. Before I get into it, guys, I did make sure to film a TikTok on today's eye look. If you are interested, I'll make sure to have the links to my TikTok as well as all of my other socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff in the description box below, along with a full list of everything that I'll be talking about in today's video. If you are not following me on all my other socials, you definitely should go do that. I post fun content literally every single day, and if you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. I know that sentence kind of sounds like I think I'm real important. I know I'm not, but if you want to follow me, go follow me. Diving right into the new goodness. So some of this really isn't that new. I'm trying to be very responsible about how I'm spending my money here recently because I just don't have a ton of it. So some of these are new, some of them are a little bit older. Everything is super affordable though. So let's start with the Moira products. I do have two different products I wanted to highlight in today's video. First of which being these Moira Starshow Shadow Pots. Guys, these are freaking phenomenal. I picked these up, I want to say maybe about a month and a half ago. And I picked these up while Moira was having a little bit of a sale, so I got these at a bit of a discount. But regularly, these go for $7.50. And when I tell you they are stupidly, ridiculously beautiful, it's just absolutely everything. This is the shade 15 Holy Moly. It is... The thing about these is they're so sparkly and so pigmented and so gorgeous. And they're so perfect for like all over the lid. I feel like sometimes you can struggle. It can be a little bit of a struggle to find that super rich, pigmented, like foiled metallic shade that's really gonna pop all over the lid, and these are just so perfect for that. This shade in particular, this is the shade Shook, and this is the one that I used in a video pretty recently actually. And I had so many people comment, especially over on TikTok. I had so many people comment about this shade in particular and what it was and where they could get it, because it just goes onto the eyes and it pops so beautifully. It's so pretty. So this is the shade Shook. It is such a perfect all over the lid shade, and for $7.50, I know that for a single shadow that can be a little bit expensive. But the packaging is super adorable. It comes with its own protector so that it doesn't dry out. These pick up beautifully with a finger and a brush. So if you have talons like I do, they're not hard to access. These are just fantastic. They come in a bunch of different shades. They have really beautiful, like punchy poppy shades like this. But then they also have some really gorgeous, super neutral shades, like bronzes and golds and things like that. This one is such a pretty shade because it's a little bit duochromatic. It shifts between this really gorgeous bright pink to like a little bit of a gold. They're just pretty. They're just pretty. Oh, just look at it on the finger. And they look as beautiful on the eye as they do in a swatch. They have a really great amount. Oh, Can you guys see that? How stinking pretty it is? Like, and they're just good. They're just really, really good. If you're looking for something that can just be super easy to like flood the eyelid and really bring a punch to your look, these are gonna do that for you. At $7.50, it is a little bit expensive, but still so much more affordable than anything else you're gonna find out there for the most part. Things are just expensive, but I do think that this is worth every cent of that $7.50 price point. If you can find them on sale, I think you should definitely go for it. Moira is pretty good about having sales semi-regularly, and they do they slash their prices pretty decently. So if you want to just kind of like subscribe to the newsletter, just wait till you hear about a sale and go pick up a couple of these. They're so good. So I love my favorite things from Moira are their eye products, but I also really adore their face products, like their complexion products as well. They're so freaking good as well. Anything that has to do with like pigment and powder, Moira is on point. And I had to talk about these little blush palettes. So I have two different colorways, and the reason I want to highlight these is because I think the colors in here are so spectacular, and they're different enough that they're unusual and special. Oftentimes when you get a blush palette, you're going to get a bunch of like really pretty like neutral pinky terracotta tones, right? But the thing, first of all, packaging, absolutely 10 out of 10. Super adorable. I have a very special thing for sunflowers. I cannot get enough of them. I just adore this packaging so much. It's cardboard packaging. It feels really nice. It's like, it's heavy and sturdy, and you can tell it's made well. But you open it up and you get, not only do you get a little mirror, which is not super common in these little blush palettes, but you get two of the most gorgeous blush shades. And I think these are so fun because you get two blush shades, but then you can also swirl your brush together and combine them and get another color on top of that. So you're really getting three for the price of one, which I think is so fantastic. Now this whole palette goes for $8, which is even less than you're going to pay for a good blush at the drugstore. I mean, the new L'Oreal blushes are like 16 bucks a piece. It's insane. So the fact that you can get three blush shades in this palette, super cute packaging, plus a mirror for $8, I think is kind of insane. Really a steal. But y'all, when I tell you, this is so good. I love a good yellow blush. Now, it's not something that I wear super often. It definitely has a time and a place, but I do think a good yellow blush can really bring a look together. It really makes a statement. Like a bold blush look is so much fun. And I love that it's paired with this really gorgeous, like bright cherry red. And on their own, each blush is super pigmented and super pretty. So those are the two shades just on their own. So there's the yellow and there's the red. Super pretty. It's got a really gorgeous pigmented but buildable formula. So you're not going to go in, say you want to use this red tone. You know, red blushes can be a little bit scary because they are pigmented, but it's buildable, so you can go in there with your brush and not have to be scared that you're going to instantly go into like clown territory. But then you kind of like swirl. Yeah, then you kind of swirl the blushes together and you get this gorgeous kind of like orangey color. Isn't that just so pretty? It definitely works better on a brush than with a finger, but the colors together are so pretty. I actually used this palette today, swirled the two shades together, and that's how I got my blush color for today. I adore this so much. Such a good, I mean, it's a great value. I am all about a good value. Like, if I can save a penny, I'm going to save a penny. And the fact that you get three tones in here for $8, plus really great packaging, plus a mirror, it's just kind of a lot for me, and it's really kind of fantastic. But they also have this variation, and this is the Berry Flirty one. And this one, guys, just, I mean, just yes, this purple tone alone would have been enough for me to purchase the palette, but then you have this really beautiful like rosy poppy pink color. They're both like, they're ridiculously beautiful, but this like super stunning light lilac-y lavender color is just everything, and it's pastel without being chalky or powdery. And the thing that I like about this blush is that it translates purple on the cheeks. Oftentimes you get a purple blush and you put it on your cheeks and there's so much of like a pink undertone to it. that it just looks like a pretty pink blush on the cheeks, which is fine. We all love a pretty pink blush. But when I want purple, I want purple. And this gives me that. This is just, I mean, it's just good. It's just good. I love it for all the same reasons that I love the sunflower one. Again, this too is $8. You can mix and match. You can swirl them together, create your own shade. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I think these are so much fun. There are a ton of different color options to choose from as well. Definitely, if you're in the mood for a good blush moment, go check them out. They also have the ombre blushes, and I wasn't going to mention this in today's video, but I might as well. These are the Moira signature ombre blushes. This one is in the shade Orange Blossom. Y'all, can you see the embossing on that palette, or on that blush? Can you see how insanely gorgeous and like luxurious and high-end that looks? And again, I think this blush, I think this one is a little bit more expensive than the blush palettes. I think this one goes for like $8 or $10. I'll let you guys know in the comments below. Either way, it's fantastic. It is stunning. The color of this is just insanely beautiful, super rich. This one has more of like that red kind of undertone, so it is orange without being super like macaroni and cheese orange, which is so nice. Beautiful, beautiful product. And again, this comes in a bunch of different colors, and some of the color variations that she has, like they have this one that looks almost like strawberry lemonade. I'll pop a picture of it up, but it is so pretty and I want it so bad. But these went viral on TikTok not too long ago, and they're sold out continuously. So next time I place an order with Moira, probably will pick up another one of these, but they're so pretty, and the formulation is just so good. Super easy to blend. It builds well. It's beautifully pigmented. They're just really nice. I think it is difficult to make a bad blush formulation, but when you come across one that truly is just kind of exceptional, you can tell, and I do think that that is an exceptional blush formula. Very pretty. Let's talk about this gloss real quick. So this is one of those glosses that has been around for absolutely forever, but it has been in my collection probably longer than forever. And I like to go through one gloss at a time. I don't like to open up a bunch of different glosses because, you know, they go bad and all that good stuff. And I really like to go through my products. I like to use them and enjoy them. But I recently opened this one. I actually have been using quite a bit of it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I've made quite a dent of a dent in there. This is so freaking fantastic. I love everything about this lip gloss. Now, this lip gloss goes for $8. I do think that is a little bit expensive for a lip gloss, especially when you can get glosses from places like Shop Miss A. They have fantastic quality glosses for like $1. Also, I really enjoy the Profusion and Wet n Wild glosses. They're both super affordable, though I have to say that this is unique in its the way that it feels on the lips. For me, this is a cross between a lip oil and a lip gloss. This is like probably the juiciest, shiniest lip gloss I have used in a very long time. It has this kind of texture to it. First of all, I absolutely adore the doe foot applicator. It's got this super thin kind of like bendy doe foot applicator, and it just conforms to the lips in such a beautiful way. It just looks so gorgeous. It feels really nice on the lips as well. And then when you talk about the actual formula of the gloss itself, it is like, look how juicy it looks on the lips. Super lightweight, very thin. It is not heavy. It is not sticky. There's no like glitter or anything in this. It is literally just, it looks like glass on the lips. Look how shiny and gorgeous it is. It sticks around for a good long time. I wouldn't say, well, maybe it doesn't stick around because it's such a thin kind of lightweight oil gloss hybrid. It does fade off pretty quickly, so you do go through this pretty fast, but you do have to kind of reapply it pretty often. But I will say that it feels so nourishing and hydrating on the lips. If you have drier lips, especially for like the winter, I feel like this would be a fantastic wintertime gloss because it does have that hydrating, juicy, recharging kind of quality to it. Also, these are supposed to be infused with electrolytes. This is in the flavor Passion Fruit Snatch. I love this. I love the color of the tube. I love the pop of neon green on here. Yeah, this is just really, really nice. They smell fantastic as well. Super light, fruity kind of tropical scent. These are gorgeous. They come in a bunch of different flavor ways. They don't really taste like anything, but they do have a scent. But they come in a bunch of different flavor ways. They're so, so nice. $8. I think it's worth it. This is my go-to, especially when I'm sitting here like doing my makeup, like doing my eye makeup and stuff, because I do my eye makeup first. I'll pop a little bit of this on my lips while I'm doing my eyes, just to kind of hydrate and soften up my lips, get them ready for my lipstick just a little bit later. This is perfect for that. It's perfect for no makeup days, just because it looks so nice on the lips. It's just so pretty. And if you're a clear gloss girly, I do think you're just gonna love the absolute crap out of this. This is so good. I recently found a new powder that has literally rocked my world. This is the Ciate London Watermelon Burst Loose Setting Powder. Now, I really enjoy the brand Ciate London just in general. I think their products are super high quality. I think they're well made. I think the packaging is really gorgeous as well. But they're a little bit expensive. They're available at Sephora, so they are a little bit more of a high-end brand. I was actually able to purchase this off of the BoxyCharm drop shop. I paid $12 for this. This originally goes for $22, and even at $22, I would purchase this for full price. This is probably the most blurring, smoothing powder I have ever used. You guys know that recently I have been absolutely just over the moon. I don't remember where I put it, but I've been absolutely over the moon with my Moira Set and Correct Loose Powder. Absolutely adore that stuff. It is pretty much an exact dupe for the Givenchy Prisma Libre powder. Yeah, Prisma Libre powder. I actually like the Moira better than the Givenchy, but this I like better than all of them. This is, the packaging just gets like super fingerprinty really quickly. You get a really great amount of product in here. When I tell you this is the most finely milled, gorgeous, like it's on my eye, it's on my whole face right now. But specifically, I like this for my under eyes. My under eyes are a serious problem area for me. Finding a good powder is like finding a needle in a haystack, especially when you're a frugal franny like I am and don't like to drop a wad of cash on a powder. Y'all, I am telling you, this is by far the best powder I have tried all year. I tried this and it absolutely blew my socks off. It looks so perfecting and smoothing and gorgeous on the under eyes. I have super dried up, dusty old mummy skin, and a lot of times even the best powders at some point will look dry and a little bit heavy on my under eyes. I've had my makeup on now for at least 8 hours, and my under eyes look phenomenal. They look phenomenal. This is the best powder. It's the best powder. I'm a ride or die for it now. I now stand the Ciate London Loose Setting Powder. Now, I don't know that the Watermelon Burst variety is still available. I did try to look it up on their website, and it's not on the Ciate London website anymore. So I don't know if this was like a limited edition release, but I do know that the standard loose setting powder is pretty much exactly the same formula. The only difference with this one being is it is very lightly scented with a watermelon scent, which I absolutely adore. But if you don't like scented makeup, that might be a good thing for you. But y'all, this is so good. I have to go on the BoxyCharm drop shop and see if this is still available. If it is, I have got to pick up at least 1 or 2 more of them because they just are that freaking good. I cannot get over how smoothing and blurring and perfecting this powder is. I love my Moira one, but this one just takes it a step further. I mean, $22 is a little bit much for a powder in my opinion, but baby, I would pay it all day long. My under eyes are gonna look like this 8 hours into my day of wear. Like, baby, you are doing something correct. You are doing something correct, and you deserve the money that you ask for. You can you can have it, because yes. So good. Love it so much. Let's talk about a couple palettes, and then I will release you this month's New Makeup Monday, or this week's New Makeup Monday is going to be short and sweet. It is so freaking late. I am so freaking tired. I have been up absolutely all day trying to get 1,000,001 different things done, so I'm just like ready to go fall into my bed and for a little bit. But I have an eyeshadow palette to talk about. This is another BoxyCharm purchase, but even at full price, this is super, super affordable. Full price, you can find this on Amazon for $12.50. Now, this is not the kind of palette that I would usually talk about because it is such a basic eyeshadow palette, and it's from a very like not known brand. I have never heard of this brand before, but I picked it up because I got it for $4 off the drop shop. And I was like, ooh, even if, you know, I don't use it, I could put it in a giveaway or something like that. So I bought it to feature on my channel. I opened it up, and, you know, the color story, I don't think, in my opinion, is anything super special, but I do think it is really well done. You have a great amount of depth in here. You go from super deep to really, really light. A really great mix of both mattes and shimmers in here. And I wouldn't say they're really shimmers. They're straight up metallics. And they're the kind of metallic that just looks so beautiful on the lid. I have, you know, as I get older, y'all, I'm almost 40 now. I have wrinkles and lines and crepes and crevices absolutely everywhere. My eyelids are no different. I have super wrinkly, very textured eyelids, and I love like the Moira eyeshadow pots. They're super pretty, but they can be a little bit texture enhancing. And there are days when I just would like to look like I would like to fake it till I make it and kind of pretend that I have nice, smooth, young looking eyelids. This kind of helps me do that. They're just pretty. They're really, really pretty and super freaking pigmented. Like, they're buttery and rich. They have a great amount of moisture to them. They do have a really pretty shine to them, but do you see how it's not like enhancing the pores or the texture on the back of my hand? It does the same thing for the eyelids. It goes on, it gives you that really pretty metallic pop of color, but it just looks so smoothing and so gorgeous. It's like one of those very satiny metallics. It is so pretty. The mattes in here are really fantastic as well. The mattes in here are super, super pretty. Even like I tested out the deep dark ones, even this black. A lot of times black can be incredibly difficult to blend out. For me, black is the scariest color of eyeshadow because sometimes you'll set a black down and it doesn't want to move and it ruins the entire eye look. This is a really beautiful, super pigmented black, but it just moves well. It's got a great amount of mobility to it, so you can really kind of work with it. It shears out really beautifully as well. Blend it out a little bit. Yeah, even just with my finger, look how beautifully that blends out and it spreads really well. Yeah, I just think that overall the formulation in this palette is super fantastic. And I do believe that everybody needs a good basic everyday kind of eyeshadow palette in their lives, especially if you're just trying to do your makeup super quick, don't have time to do something super weird and funky on the eyelid. Palettes like this come in and save the day every single time. And the fact that the formulas in here are so easy to use and effortless, coupled with the fact that it is $12.50, I think makes this an absolute win across the board. Super, super wonderful. So if you're looking for a good everyday eyeshadow palette, I highly, highly recommend this one. So, so nice. And then last but not least, I picked up this thing right here. So this is the Ucanbe Athena painting palette. I've wanted this for absolutely forever. This is a little bit expensive. It's $18 off of Amazon. They do have other palettes that are more affordable, but I wanted to get something that I had seen other people use, that that I know works and has good pigmentation, things like that. And especially for Halloween season coming up here shortly, I really wanted something that I could use as a painting palette. Now, there are both pros and cons for this palette for me. Firstly, as a con, I don't think it's like incredibly pigmented. I think some of the shades are really gorgeously pigmented, and then others are very, very sheer, especially when it comes to the lighter tones in here, like the white and this light green and the yellows. I think that they are a little bit more gently pigmented than I would prefer them be, but they are buildable. The shades in here are super, super creamy. They blend super easily. This whole palette is super heavy. It is really, really well made. I really enjoy the packaging on it. You get a great array of colors. You get pretty much every color in here that you could need. And the reason that I enjoy this as much as I do is because the formula is super versatile. Now, this is like it's kind of like an oil paint palette. So I was kind of expecting it to be super thick and goopy and almost kind of greasy, like grease paint, right? In reality, though, this is kind of spectacular. I have used this shade as a blush. It looks phenomenal. I've used a couple of these shades. I used this one today to cut my crease. It worked fabulously. I've used this white to cut my crease. It worked beautifully. Like, I think that this is a really fantastic, versatile product if you like to be creative with makeup. I feel like if you are just kind of like an everyday, super simple kind of makeup wearer, there's really no point to have this in your collection. But if you're looking for something a little bit different, if you just want to experiment with makeup a little bit and just play, I think that this is so much fun. It reminds me very much of my Made by Mitchell color case. You guys know that thing is my absolute very favorite. I adore that thing. But it is expensive, and I do find that the shades can get a little bit dry, and they can be a little bit difficult to work with. However, they are waterproof, and once they sit down, they don't budge. So for that reason alone, it's going to be my favorite of all time. Also, the Made by Mitchell color case is like 30 bucks. So it is double the price of this one, and you get half the amount of shades. So I do think that if you're kind of looking for something like that, this could be a good option. Again, it's not quite as pigmented, and it doesn't dry down. You do have to make sure you go in and set this with a powder. So there's that. But because, like, you have to set it with a powder, if you're using it for a cut crease medium, something like that, I find that it works beautifully because it really holds on to eyeshadow. And because it's a grease paint and not water soluble, it is pretty tear and water resistant on the eyes, so that's good as well. I think overall this is a really fantastic kind of palette, and super versatile and so much fun. I do wish some of the lighter colors were a little bit more pigmented, but other than that, like, I mean, it just looks really pretty, and it is so creamy. But there's that swatch. You can see it does have a nice amount of pigment, but it's not quite as pigmented as I would like it to be. Once you blend it out, it kind of like fades away a little bit, but it is pretty buildable, so you can take just a little bit more and kind of build it on top of itself, and it does kind of build in pigmentation. These two shades right here, this pink and this kind of like magenta shade, they make some of the absolute prettiest blushes. And if you spread these out thin enough and like blend them well enough, you don't end up having to go and set them with a powder, like especially if you use it on your face, like as a cheek product, because they don't stay sticky. Look how beautifully pigmented that is. They're not sticky, and they don't feel greasy in any way. It's just a really beautiful, thin, very versatile kind of texture, and look how pretty that is. Like on the face, it is stunning. Yeah, so these are fantastic. I am very, very happy that I picked it up. Definitely will repurchase if the need ever arises. I'm not sure that it will though, because you get a ton of product in here, and again, for 18 bucks, I think it's fantastic value. Guys, that is going to be it for this week's New Makeup Monday. I hope today's video was helpful to you in some small way. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give this video a big old thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me what your favorite color is. Tell me how your day's going. Just say hi. I'd love to hear from you guys. As always, no filters, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some new makeup, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And until next time, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.